laws, so you can explain something about that. The law of readiness. Okay, when a conduction unit is ready to conduct it to do, it's satisfying. When a conduction unit is not ready to conduct for it to conduct, it's annoying. So that means when you should study, when a child is ready to study, then you should teach the child. Okay, or mentor set to participate in the learning process. So we have done all this, then you can also put in the application, how you apply that law. Okay, don't just give the definition, but also try to write how do you apply this law in the classroom. Okay, this law is applied in the classroom, and then you can give an example. So the law of exercise. So this you have to give a few laws of learning and its application. So this is another one that you need to focus on. Okay, law of fact, the law of learning. And then okay, so loss of learning, subordinate laws, and then the application, then the importance of Thorndike's theory. Thank you. Alright, so let's go to the next chapter which we should focus on is sensation and perception. That was our second chapter we did. Okay, sensation and perception. So you need to give the definition and then the application also, right? So what happens when you loudness, you can give example, loudness, hearing, and sense receptors. So what happens in that process? Okay, so this is a process. You can also explain, maybe draw pictures to make it more interesting. Yeah, and then hearing and process, and then the different perception that we have. We have different size, consistency, okay? And then we have also shape consistency, right? These are the things. You can also guess up. Psychology is not necessary. If you want to explain, it's okay, but it also explains our sense about sensation and perception. So you can put it in your answer sheet if you want. Okay. So let's go to the next chapter that you should focus on is personality. So define personality. Personality is derived from the word persona, from the Latin word, which means to speak through. It is also a mask used by actors, okay, to play different roles. So personality is that which permits a prediction of what a person will do in a given situation. So it refers to the distinct traits, thoughts, feelings, actions, and characteristics of an individual. Theories. What are the theories? So these are the determinants that we did, okay, which affects, which influences personality, heredity, environment, and then we can go to theories. Theories are theories adopting type approach, so type trait approach. Personality is viewed in terms of traits. Then type come trait approach. Then we have developmental approach. So you have to explain. And then explain about the type approach. Just maybe give 1 or 2 examples. Sheldon's classification. Alright. Weak, tall, thin. Young's classification. Introverts, extroverts, ambiverts. So we also have the psychoanalytic theory. So you can also add that. The trait theory was the one we discussed just now. Psychoanalytic we have done in chapter 1. So it consists of ID, ego, and superego, right? And then you can give an example which will add more marks to your answer. And we also have social psychological theory. And the next one will be apostolic theory. So this one, if you have about 10 marks, so I think you need to explain at least 5 theories, right? Then how do we measure personality? We have done this, okay? How do we measure? We have interview, behavioral observation, personality tests. So what are the personality tests? You can also mention that, okay? So examples of personality tests, the MMPI, the 16-PF. You can explain a little bit about the MMP, Minnesota Multiphasic Personality.
我上緊課，2個鐘。
欢迎于10月25日与26日亲临开放日，近距离感受我们的5星大学，与我们的升学顾问和讲师面对面交流，并参观世界级校园设施，了解我们提供的100%奖学金、药剂系助学金以及学费减免机会。UOC 致力于激发未来的变革力量，立即搜索 University of Cyberjaya。
来了，这首歌曲是 My Favorite。
So in this, you have to focus on this chapter. What did we do in this chapter? Maslow's theory. Okay. Focus on this one. We also the pyramid structure, right? We have done this in one of the chapters. I can't remember which chapter, so you can have a look at that and then focus on that. That's it from this one, from this chapter. Let me go to intelligence.
Làm gì? Không bố. Không này bố.
What is intelligence?
我買兩支嗰啲洗鏡大鏡啲水啊，買兩支啊，有冇？OK，幾多咧？
Không, không, sao không?
啊，
Cái này á.
10級。你嗰個左眼可以 check 到佢有冇線燈嗰個 cataract， 呢個唔算 cataract， 即係有冇眼冇光，有cloudy咁，可以 check 到。
Nhưng mà chuyên truyền được
Yes,
xài
Okay. So explain intelligence.
cataract OK， 我有 cataract。
Explain emotional intelligence.
打对折喽，马路小106.4。
So you have to apply the theory, alright? Read the question and apply the theory,
啊，
the correct theory. Okay, so this is one chapter that you have to focus on.
膠石嘅好似蒙咗一嚿嘅遮住我，
I don't
中
need the
間
type of
thấy
relevance, but we need to know the theories and which theory applies to which intelligence. Alright, okay, so that's it. Focus on that and then developmental psychology.
Yo creo que se video.
我啦，我講
啊，你咪係落咗工咩？
講
哦，做到啲something啦。
意識
哦，
2000幾啊，
唔先幾一定。
9蚊嘅，
啊，我唔使，我咁成日買個 lens 咯，
好平。
lens 係800刀或者1000刀，普通係800刀，clear 啲嘢1000刀。
嗰個嗰啲咁嘅 junior 嘅，政府嗰啲 junior 冇咩辦法。
係你諗
So what
Something
is
before go.
developmental psychology
something before you go.
and its period
Do a
of
something
lifespan?
before you go.
Okay, I'm just this one. Alright,
Actually, you get a senior
lifespan
public.
政府係我哋 clinic
concept
recommend
of lifelong process of development.
因為佢呢個簡單攞你嗰個時間對你嗰度比較平啲。如果你直頭喺嗰度等就係，佢呢個就等已經有你都出晒，reference letter 定
應該醫生啊，
互相都係 trust 嘅，互相係 trust。
沙啦
沙拉係個沙拉靠近 ICT 嗰度，靠近 ICT。
Developmental processes, physical domains of development,
ICT
three types.
ICT 啊
Okay, psychological, physical, cognitive, sector.
嗰度有private 嘅係
講乜講乜，
I clinic，
So periods of lifespan again,
講乜，
person can be from which period to which period. So focus on this.
有間嗰度要近。
唔知得唔得啊？嗰啲
Okay,
如果你覺得 OK 嘅嗰個就
and
嗰啲花啦，都係個葡萄仔度，
嚇，
葡萄仔啊，
唔知仔啊，
one I want to go to Piaget.
佢多度唔係轉樣做嗰度，佢多數係嗰啲落咗做。
Okay, so focus on this
可
one.
能就靠鼻子啦，但係嗰度嘅唔係靠乜
本身安係
係咯，
Piaget's theory.
我會睇住，
所以就
我覺得 OK 喎，
我一揮就
我覺得真係唔錯的確。
揮發到咁邊行，如果我好似我差唔多花咗你花咗你，
Theory as well.
我覺得冇做，我又諗住好平，就買咯，2000咯，應該貴喎，2000咯，差唔多係貴嗰啲正式醫療貴嗰度喎。
好，我時間。
Non, attend the class for university. Take the course. Take course.
哦，
係嘅。
我呢度有問題咗，呢度聽到啦，特別唔清楚。你講細聲啲咧就，我係聽完先都聽唔到。
我哋睇個耳仔，睇唔到。
Theory. Okay, three basic components: mass, adaptation, and stages of development. Okay, so explain, detail, give an example.
都你話，我以為唔計咯，我就3度咯，我
Right?
就3個喺嗰度。
We have assimilation, combination, balancing.
啱啱10級
你寫下你佢其實真。
喺食藥根先啊，你先啊，我係響個食藥根揸啦。睇我
喺度同我跟，
This one,
都係走嚟，
the operational stage.
應該同我跟咯。
食藥根嚟咯。
我其實佢其實唔係個選擇啦。
Depends on how much you want to explain, but give an
佢
example.
其實
Okay.
攞筍等嗰度
佢我去個 clinic 其實分就
Pre-operational stage, first pre-operational, post-operational stage again, which year, and educational implications.
佢做
Okay.
工係。
Right. Next one is
我頭先我講，如果係 lunch hour before close 嗰就算。但係我啲 morning 去7點幾又係嘅。如果11 something before 12因為佢係做12嘅師傅學嘛。
如果唔使試啲唔使焗都得。
唔試咧就唔使啦。但係如果真係到 certain stage 就 more than 40% 啦。我冇呢隻嘅，因為佢來咗譬如then the ice is spoiled。其他牌都眼就唔好。
10幾歲唔知覺得冇。
treatment
但係你就你嘅 health 啲啦，你出埋嗰啲啦。咁如果你真係嗰啲比較 complicated 都有，可能 refer 到另一邊。
okay, and how
就因為
therapies
佢係嗰個嘅能夠先係佢都 OK 嘛，
periods.
但係都 complicated，你未必係叫你喺 Isaac 呢嗰啲嗰度，但係嗰個就貴啲咯。食得好，OK，